Hello everyone, this is Dalster and welcome to another episode of Almost Gone Rebuild, episode 7. Today I'm doing Mainplace Mall, and even though the mall has been active for a while, it's getting renewed, so I would like to answer that yes, it's getting rebuilt. But I'll show you guys around and tell you about the history of this mall and also what's happening. But they are gonna renew the mall pretty soon, and they just did apartment buildings over there from that side. So I'm at the back of the mall, and it's one of their frontal signs. I'm gonna go inside because it is a bit loud since we're close to the freeway. There's another entrance for the mall. Usually this entrance is decorated with really nice Christmas stuff. I don't know if you guys watch my Christmas videos, but this was actually featured in one of them. So, as you can tell from this wall, they're planning to renew the mall as a 2.0 type of thing. I'm not sure when's it gonna come, but they are putting apartments in this somewhere around the mall. Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna be able to do it because I know for a fact that a lot of malls have not been doing so great because of sales, but we'll see what happens later on in the future. So right in this area, or either in this thing where it has all the blue cover, it used to be a, what's it called? It used to be a Blaze Pizza, but they just shut down recently. I like Blaze Pizza, but it kind of sucks that they closed it down. I never had Blaze Pizza at this mall, but I did have it at other places. Yeah, not much to see. I would go outside, but there's someone sitting over there right now. I'll see if I could come back later to show you the rest of the abandoned Blaze Pizza. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the Mainplace Mall's history. So Mainplace Mall is located in Santa Ana, California, right on Main Street and close to La Veda. It first opened on September 26, 1987. Before it became Mainplace Mall, it was actually a smaller area known as the Santa Ana Fashion Square, or Bullock's Fashion Square, that opened in 1958, almost 30 years before Mainplace took over. Bullock's was one of the first stores in that area in 1958. The mall changed its name to Santa Ana Fashion Square because there were many Bullock's malls opening everywhere at the time. In 1985, the mall was demolished and was built with a bigger mall of 3 levels. Bullock's still stayed at the mall area, by the way. While I Magnin closed on February 14, 1987, Valentine's Day, sadly, the Bullock still remained. In 1987, Nordstrom and J.W. Robinson's opened as the new anchors. In 1990, the mall was featured as the opening scene for Kindergarten Cop, with Arnold, the former governor of California, or better yet, as the Terminator. In 1991, May Company became the new and 4th anchor at the mall. In January 1993, J.W. Robinson's and May Company, as you guys would know by now, merged to form Robinson's May. The May Company store closed and reopened as the Robinson's May Women's and Children's Store. As for the J.W. Robinson's, it closed and was reopened as a Robinson's May Men and Home Store. They could at least combine or something instead of making it so confusing for the customers. Properties were sold in 2000 and in 2002. Santa Ana Fashion Square changed its name to Westfield Shopping Town, Mainplace. Too long of a name, by the way. In 2005, it was renamed as Westfield Mainplace. In September 2006, the Robinson's May Women's and Children's Store closed and the Robinson's May and Men Home Store became a Macy's and Men Home Store after the Macy's and Bloomingdale's companies took over. Soon the vacant Robinson's May and Women and Children's Store became a JCPenney in 2007. Macy's Men and Home Store closed in 2012, but was later turned into a regular Macy's store. As of today, the Bullock's building is now a Macy's. The Nordstrom that opened in 1987 closed in 2017, but reopened as an OC Market and sadly closed recently. But the building remains vacant, empty today. The J.W. Robinson store that turned into a Men and Home store for both Robinson's May and Macy's is now a 24-hour fitness. It's also an Ashley Home Store and Round One Entertainment Place. Stores of the past were J.W. Robinson's, Nordstrom, Bullock's, Macy's Men and Home Store, Macy's Women and Children's Store, Robinson's May Women and Children's Store, Robinson's May Men and Home Store, a Disney store I filmed in 2021 on my YouTube channel, Blaze Pizza, Yogurtland, a pet store, I Magnin, OC Market, Desmond's, Haggerty's, Mandel's, Oracle, the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf, but it's a bit further across the street though. Surf City Squeeze, Street Corner, Panda Express, Hot Dog on a Stick, Wet Steel, Charlotte Rush, Hallmark, Harrison Frank, JJ Hagidi, and a lot more stores that I can't remember the names for. In 2019, Mainplace had 35 store closures. Recently, I passed by and Mainplace is renovating itself again as Mainplace 2.0, which we just passed by. Next to the mall, there will be a new apartment buildings for people to live in. Yeah, not a lot of people around this area. Good thing I found this quiet place. But I just want to let you guys know about the crimes. Just to pull a trigger warning, it is kind of sad because a lot of these survivors haven't gotten their cases solved, or they have probably had a traumatizing experience, but a lot of crime has gotten around here at this mall all the way to the 1990s, but I'll talk about it. I usually like to put the crimes on here just to make awareness that things like this happen. And we gotta be careful and cautious. I just hope this doesn't scare anyone. Also, I hope you guys don't mind the construction workers. Again, I hope they don't get mad. They don't look ugly, by the way. But they're busy trying to make the apartments. So, the crimes that happen over the years, Mainplace has had a lot of crimes. Santa Ana is a violent city in certain areas. In 1991, our suspect was accused of more than 13 accusations of R word. 2 of the victims were held at gunpoint in the mall's parking lot. You need to subscribe to read the full article on LA Times because it happened a long time ago, but I'll have the link below. In 2009, a man crashed his car in a tree in Santa Ana after getting shot in a gang-related crime. In an article I found following this case, it says that the victim and the shooter were taggers. They were allegedly competing against each other, as said on the Orange Juice blog. The shooter was arrested, but I don't know if he's still in jail or not today. In December 2013, a woman was SA'd in her car at the Mainplace parking lot. The survivor did escape and got into another car, luckily, and called police. Not much information about the assaulter got caught. If not, or he did got caught. But I hope he did. Sadly, this wasn't the only time it happened in the Mainplace mall parking lot. In December 2015, shoppers ran around the mall fearing that there was a possible shooting. It turns out that there was a fight in the theaters upstairs and chairs were flown on the floor, but no gun was found. A person said in the Reddit post that they were in the Champ store while it was happening. They said people were running and yelling to close the gates. The Reddit user said that they and their friends were in the stock room for 15 minutes, but the Reddit user and his friends were out of there as no gunshots were fired. Holidays, man, they are crazy. I remember seeing people running in the Macy's store in the video from that year. It seemed like a really scary day. In 2016, a mother of a 4-year-old was arrested for leaving her son in the car while she went shopping. Police received the report and went to check. The 4-year-old was out of the car crying that his mom left him alone in the car. The mom said she left him with her sister but lied about it and got arrested. In 2019, 3 thieves went to a Macy's store and stole Chanel perfumes after smashing the cabinets. Not much is known if they ever got caught, but there is a video on CBS News, which I'll link it down below. I found an article on Los Cerritos News that there was a shooting as 40 police cars surrounded the mall. One officer thought a man had a weapon, but he did not have any weapon on him. I think it was also a hoax or something. In 2022, smash and grab thieves stole jewelry all over the malls in Orange County, and Mainplace was one of them. That same year, a girl had her hand trapped in one of the escalators. It took 8 firefighters and an hour to loosen her hand, but she should be alive today. Remember that assault I mentioned that happened in 2013? Well, there was another one that happened this year. A dangerous predator stalked a 19-year-old girl at the Mainplace Mall, and when he reached her car, he forced her to drive to another area. They drove at a street in Orange and essayed her and stole her property. The victim ran into a convenience store close by and contacted the police. The police arrested the guy, and he had a record of doing something similar last year. Police urge victims to come forward. I will have everything linked if you were essayed in the mall's parking lot recently or close to Orange County by this guy. On the backside of the mall, they're currently building apartments. And so far, it's starting out okay. I think it's just to bring in more people at the mall. Although it is going to be loud, though, with a lot of people and then from across the mall. But, I mean, anything to survive a mall, right? Where you can take pictures, like this one. You see a lot of dream catchers, I think that's what they're called. May all your dreams come true. I mean, I would take a picture of it, but I don't think that would look good. Do you have this area that's kind of covered with black curtain? I don't know if you guys could tell. It's like really empty. A lot of these mirrors in this mall reflect back, like it kind of shows everything that's going on. Sort of like mirrors. But they're supposed to be windows, though. I'm not sure what's behind them, though. So all of this used to be a Robinson's May and Macy's Men and Home store, I think. Especially the Ashley Furniture store and the 24-hour Fitness. All of the stores over the years have closed. Probably not enough money to make. But this is one of them that's been empty for a while. And it's a selfie area, too. Empty area across from the one that we just passed, and it's going to be a toy box. And here's another one of the selfie areas I was talking about. I think it's supposed to spell kind or something. And here's another empty area next to the one that we just passed. Yeah, I don't know what this was originally. Yeah, that's what it looks like right now. I think we're gonna come across a lot of empty, abandoned areas today. Yeah, here's another one, but it's like promoting one of their stores, but it is empty. It's just this display here is kind of in the way of, seeing the empty abandoned store here. Not really much into anime. I hope people aren't mad that I'm over here, but I'm at the abandoned Blaze Pizza. It was kind of a big restaurant over here, but as you can tell, it's already covered. I honestly don't remember when I first went to this mall. I think I went around my high school years. It's because I used to go to the doctor a lot around this area. That's how I managed to find this place, but I never knew until I got older. It's really close to the doctor, though. But as you can see, there's like a lot of chairs and tables. I think it was all for the Blaze Pizza, though. Yeah, it's such a shame that they closed down the Blaze Pizza and all this area is all empty looking. But I remember going to Mainplace with my family. It was a really big mall, and I remember growing up. I always wanted to go to every store, but it's like that whenever I go to the mall anyway. I also got scammed too around this mall, but luckily I got my money back. So I'm at the lower floor where the trains are, And right here, as you could tell, the wall's been sealed off. It used to be a Nordstrom. So I actually got scammed by this store called Oracle that opened a couple of years ago. And they were trying to get like over $500 from me, but then I read the reviews about the products and I immediately went to get a refund, but they were like, oh, we don't accept refunds. Like the products they were trying to sell me, they were like gold masks. But I should have looked them up before I bought anything. It's just that there's just a lot of these people that, like scammer people at the malls that always try to get you to buy the product and you're like, no, no, no. But they're like, yes, yes, yes. And you're like, well, how do I get out of this? And this mall is a really good example of it. But over the years, there hasn't been that many. I don't know if it's because of the COVID pandemic or people have been reporting like scams and like, oh, this person's trying to sell me a product, but they keep pressurizing me into buying them. But luckily, I got the refund. Yeah, that's why try to stay clear away from people that give out like handouts, like, oh, try this, or hey, I'm giving you the sample. It's a way to lure you into trying to buy their product. Yeah, just a life lesson. Always go to the sides of the mall. Don't go like right in the center because that's likely where those salespeople will try to lure you and steal your money. And this is like the place where Oracle used to be, but now it's like an empty selfie place. I like the mobile though. Always gotta be careful with those salespeople as they try to take your money away. But luckily I managed to get all my money back. This is a really nice car. Oh, dress for the summer. Yeah, I don't know what happened to all those salespeople. Like I remember the Oracle, then after that this guy or this woman, she was trying to curl my hair and buy a curler for me, and then other guy, he was trying to sell his makeup to me. It was like ongoing. It was like never ending with these salespeople. But I'm glad there's not that many around here anymore. I think at one point this area used to be like a store because it's all covered with the Shoe Palace logo. And here's another abandoned vacant shopping store. Just promotion with some other thing, I don't know. I think it's just promoting stuff. Yeah, a lot of empty stores. 35 closed in, I think I said 2019, right? Yeah, this is just promoting Jeep, I guess. This area used to be a yogurt line. I remember because of the colors. They had the colors of the restaurant too. And now it's just a selfie area or just a mural area. I don't know. It just looks like something you would just take a picture of, or it's promoting some space. At one point, this JCPenney used to be a Robinson's May women's and children's store, and then it was a May company before the merger. This corner store used to be like a backpacks kind of store and a pet store. The backpacks, they were like one of those backpacks that you would carry with your hands while they're on the floor. Well, now it's just a sports store. Yeah, I heard this store, they sell overpriced items, like really over expensive. Like you can find a lot of their products in other stores a lot cheaper. There used to be a lot of little small stores in this area, but now it's occupied by this store. Well, I don't remember what these stores were back then. It does look like a nice place, but for kids though. Another Wi-Fi lounge. I remember there used to be some store in that area too, but I can't remember what it was. And next to it, there's another empty vacant store area over there. Yeah, I used to go to this mall a lot when I used to go to therapy from the doctor across or somewhere close by. Yeah, and from across over there, there's like another vacant empty store right here next to the van store. They remind me of the Barbie cutout they would use. Opening a Mr. Waffle store in July of this year. They just closed, but I guess they're still renovating and haven't put in new stuff or anything yet. That is one empty big wall of white. I don't know if this was a restaurant at one point. They even got a break area for kids. It looks really colorful too. Monkeys, frogs, flowers. I'm on the second floor. Okay, correction. There still is a Panda Express at this mall. There's still a Johnny Rockets at this mall too. So I made 2 big mistakes today. Oh man, 3 mistakes I made. Oh my god, I thought I only made 2. Oh, sorry guys. Well, I may have gotten 3 things wrong, but I did get something over here. Unfortunately, they closed down the Baskin Robbins food booth thing over here. As you could tell by the letters, they've removed them. I would sometimes get ice cream here. In fact, I was gonna get ice cream today. Aww. Yeah, really bummed out. I really like this booth. Yeah, sadly closed. I don't know when though. Over here we have the nice looking elevator. I remember over here in the middle of the mall, they would always put the Christmas tree. When it comes to Christmas, this mall is definitely 100% on their Christmas decorations. Especially over the years, like I remember they did a Polar Express theme one, and recently they did an Elf on a Shelf one. I think I might check out over there on the 3rd floor. There's a 3rd floor, but it's basically the picture show theater. And right here is where there used to be a Nordstrom. But then after that, they had a open market OC, but it moved. I think it moved to Westminster Mall. But here's what they're hoping that they'll do for this mall. I don't know if they could pull it off because, I mean, it's been a couple of years. And malls haven't been doing so good because, you know, everything's so expensive nowadays. I managed to find another abandoned vacant store area. They have like a lot of sports stuff, Sports Fever, to promote their merch. But this is vacant now. It's just that, you know, the sports stuff, they're promoting their sports stuff. And right over that way, where it says Joe's Boots, that used to be a Disney store, I remember, because I filmed it in 2021. If you want to see the video, let me know in the comment section. Maybe I'll link it below. Yeah, a lot of empty areas. Here's another one. They're promoting Glitz and Glam, which I think I just passed it. It's downstairs. Yeah, I really like this mall, but I stopped going mostly because I stopped going to that therapist because I'm over 21 now. Usually when they have, I remember when I went shopping with a friend in order to buy gifts for my mom on Christmas. The news channels, I think NBC was here and they give out free ornaments. I still have it to this day. It's just in the bathroom cabinet where my mom usually puts all her Christmas decorations. It was fun though. I remember having a lot of Panda Express food that day. But here's another vacant area. Look how cute it is, all these animals. I wonder if I could... No, I can't move it. Oh, look, a walrus. He reminds me of one of that poor little walrus, Teefs. Only this one's not brown. Poor Teefs. Ooh, a flamingo. Cute little sloth. Oh, you could also move. But you can't move the... Well, you could, but I wouldn't want to break it. Yeah, I wouldn't want to touch that. Oh, I remember I used to have one of these. My brother used to like draw on it. It was pretty funny. Aww. Yeah, if you see this at the Mainplace Mall, do not touch it. Really nice display too. Now, I'm not gonna go across there because it is kind of far, but you could see it in full view. There's another empty, vacant store right there. And or you know what, I'll just go. It looks really pretty. Ashley Home Store, along with the round one, used to be a Robinson's May back then. I don't know which one, the women's or the men's. There's another one promoting the district. Yeah, a lot of closed stores over the years. I remember there used to be a Hallmark store around this area. I can't remember where. Somewhere around this area. Store where that one Reddit user came in with his friends and they hid over here. while they were on lockdown. Pretty scary. I wasn't there, but I remember hearing it on the news. Like, that seems kind of scary. Especially in the world nowadays. Definitely a scary place now. Right down there, they use like a claw in the middle of that thing. So you could like swing around and pick a stuffed toy. It's pretty cool though. So here's the vacant place I was talking about. Really nice. I actually thought those were real flowers. They use boots instead of pottery. These are actual boots. Yeah, they're not real, although it's really soft. Really pretty. So right across from the Ferris wheel we just passed, there's actually a bookstore across. I guess it just opened. There's a lot of books in there. What the heck this is? I think it's either to promote their business or something. Yeah, it's probably just to promote their business or have like some kind of event or something. Let's all take a minute to sink in some good energy. Well, I was trying to say back to business. I really like this amethyst crystal. I really like amethyst. They're my favorite crystals. I feel a little calmer. Very sad about the Baskin Robbins closing right here. Just chilling. Oh wow, look at this one. That one's pretty. So we're going to the third floor. There's not really much to see in this area. Yeah, really not much to see. Yeah, so the mall is 3 floors. I don't know if I told you guys. Pretty crazy, huh? I wonder if this is where they have meetings or something over here. Crazy, huh? 3 floors. I used to think this mall was the biggest mall until I saw Brea. Ah, speaking of teas. They're still showing it at this movie theater. Definitely a really good movie. I saw it twice. Poor Rocket, huh? Oh, I forgot to put this one. Here's another empty one that I found so far. Here's a Macy's. I think this is where the Bullocks was. I don't remember shopping at Bullocks. I think it closed before I was even born. So right over here, this is where the Nordstrom OC market used to be, but now it's been shut down. As you could tell, it's already fenced, so we can't get in there anymore. I actually did a video, I think last year or the beginning of January, regarding the abandoned open OC market / Nordstrom. If you want to check it out, you could check on my channel if you want. But that's pretty much it. One of the reasons why I don't shop around this mall that much is because of traffic. The traffic around here is really bad, guys. Like, it's always like traffic jam. Like, I used to have a job around here that I was working since November, but unfortunately it was a temp job. But that concludes another episode of Almost Gone or Rebuild. And yeah, it looks like the mall is getting rebuilt, but I don't know. I think the one thing that I could say that I don't like about this mall is that it's just too much traffic. Like, everywhere there's just way too much everywhere on Main Street. But I don't know, we'll just have to wait and see what the mall holds once they rebuild it and, you know, make it Mainplace 2.0. This is Douster, and I'll see you guys in the next episode and any other video you guys choose to watch. Comment, like, or subscribe, whatever you guys want, and I'll see you next time. Also, this used to be a Bullocks, by the way. I don't know if you guys forgot that I mentioned it before. But I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.